Did you know that in 2025, the United States has intensified its immigration crackdown? Thousands of Asians have been deported back to their home countries, and some of them come from nations you wouldn't expect. But why them? What makes these countries the most affected by U.S. deportations this year? Join me as we reveal the top 5 Asian countries with U.S. deportations in 2025, and you might be surprised who made the list. Number 5. Malaysia. Although the Malaysian community in the United States is relatively small compared to countries like China or India, the percentage of immigration violations among Malaysian nationals is significantly higher. One of the most common issues is tourist visa abuse. Many enter the U.S. on a tourist visa but fail to leave once their permitted stay expires. Instead, they remain in the country to work without proper documents. Because of this, when U.S. authorities conduct immigration checks, Malaysians are often quickly identified, making them part of the growing deportation statistics in 2025. Another major reason for deportations is illegal employment. A number of Malaysians are found working in sectors such as cleaning services, caregiving, construction, and other labor-intensive industries without the necessary work permits. There are also cases of student visa misuse, where some enter the U.S. as students but never actually pursue their studies. Instead, they use this as a pathway to work illegally. Such abuses have triggered stricter monitoring by U.S. immigration authorities, placing Malaysia under closer watch and increasing deportations from this group. What makes Malaysia's case more notable is the high overstay ratio. While the total number of Malaysians in the U.S. is relatively small, the percentage of those overstaying their visas is disproportionately high compared to their overall population. This makes them stand out more easily to immigration officers. On top of this, reports of document misuse and visa fraud by a small portion of Malaysian nationals have further added to the issue. Overall, Malaysia proves that a country does not need a massive migrant population to appear in the U.S. deportation list. Sometimes, a small community with a high violation percentage is enough to place them among the top 5 Asian countries with U.S. deportations in 2025. Oh wait, before we continue, we'd love to hear from you. Do you agree with these issues? What's your opinion on this topic? Drop a comment below and tell us what you think. And don't forget to include where you're from, so we can see how far this video has reached. Number 4. Nepal. Nepal may be a small country, but its presence in U.S. immigration statistics is surprisingly significant. One of the main reasons is the high rate of asylum applications filed by Nepalese nationals. Thousands have sought refuge in the United States, often citing political instability or economic hardship back home. However, the majority of these asylum claims are rejected, either for lack of evidence or because they do not meet the strict requirements set by U.S. immigration law. As a result, many end up facing deportation after their applications are denied. Another key issue is illegal employment. Many Nepalese migrants who overstay their visas or enter through other means often end up working in service jobs such as gas stations, cleaning services, or restaurants without the proper legal papers. These sectors are attractive because they are always in demand, but working without authorization is a direct violation of U.S. immigration rules. Once detected by authorities, these workers are subject to immediate deportation, adding to the rising numbers in 2025. On top of that, visa overstays remain one of the biggest problems. A significant number of Nepalese enter the U.S. as tourists but never return home, choosing instead to remain illegally in hopes of building a better future. Many of them are driven by economic migration, escaping poverty in Nepal without a clear legal plan for settlement in America. Because their overall community size in the U.S. is relatively small, even a modest number of violators makes Nepal stand out with a disproportionately high deportation rate. This is why, Despite its size, Nepal finds itself among the top Asian countries affected by U.S. deportations in 2025. Number 3. Philippines. Filipinos have long been associated with the term TNT or Tago ng Tago, which refers to those who overstay their visas and remain in the U.S. without legal documents. Many start with valid tourist or work visas, but in pursuit of a better life, they choose not to return when their visas expire. This has made Filipinos one of the largest undocumented immigrant groups in the U.S., often placing them under the radar of immigration crackdowns and deportation operations. Another major issue is the failure to renew expired visas, especially among workers in caregiving, construction, and service-related jobs. There are also notable cases of human trafficking, where some Filipinos are brought into the U.S. illegally and later discovered without proper papers, leading to immediate deportation. On top of that, instances of fake documents and green card scams add to the problem. Those caught not only face deportation but also the risk of being blacklisted or banned permanently from re-entering the U.S. Despite these challenges, it cannot be denied that the Philippines remains one of the largest Asian immigrant groups in America. Because of the massive Filipino population in the U.S., even a small percentage of deportations translates into large actual numbers compared to other countries. This is why the Philippines ranks high on the list of deportations, a clear reminder that no matter how big the community, anyone without proper legal status is still at risk. Number 2. India. India is one of the fastest-growing immigrant communities in the United States, but this growth also comes with challenges that place it high on the list of deportations in 2025. Many Indian nationals arrive legally, often through H-1B visas to work in the booming U.S. tech industry or through tourist visas for short visits. However, a significant number overstay their permitted stay, eventually becoming undocumented. Overstays remain one of the leading causes of deportation among Indians, as U.S. immigration authorities are now enforcing stricter monitoring of visa expirations and targeting areas where Indian populations are concentrated, such as in New Jersey, California, and Texas. Another recurring issue is the rise of marriage fraud and fake documentation. Some Indian nationals enter into sham marriages to secure green cards, while others resort to falsified papers in an attempt to legalize their stay. Once discovered, these cases not only result in deportation but also lead to long-term bans and increased scrutiny for legitimate applicants from India. At the same time, many Indians facing economic struggles or visa denials find themselves working without authorization in industries such as construction, trucking, retail, and food services. Immigration crackdowns frequently target these sectors, making undocumented workers highly vulnerable to arrest and removal. The asylum system has also become a major concern. In recent years, thousands of Indian nationals have applied for asylum, citing political or religious persecution, but a large portion of these applications are denied due to insufficient evidence or fraudulent claims. As a result, many are placed directly into deportation proceedings, with such cases adding to the already high rate of overstays in illegal employment. India has emerged as one of the countries with the most deportations in 2025. This trend highlights the double-edged reality. While America continues to be a land of opportunity for millions of Indians, the risks of living without proper legal status are greater than ever, making deportation a looming threat for those who cannot regularize their stay. Number 1. China. China has one of the largest immigrant populations in the United States, and because of this, it also records some of the highest numbers of deportations in 2025. A significant portion of these cases comes from students and workers who overstay their visas. Many Chinese nationals arrive legally to study or work, but once their visas expire, they fail to leave and become undocumented. With thousands of Chinese students enrolled in U.S. universities and many more entering through work programs, overstaying has become a key reason why China consistently appears at the top of deportation lists. Another major factor is the presence of illegal businesses and unauthorized employment. There have been reports of underground, Chinese-owned establishments operating without proper permits, ranging from small retail shops to unlicensed service providers. These types of businesses not only violate labor and tax laws but also put undocumented workers at greater risk of detection and deportation. On top of this, political tensions between the U.S. and China have added to heightened security concerns. This has pushed U.S. immigration authorities to place stricter monitoring on Chinese nationals, increasing the chances of removal when violations are discovered. Lastly, asylum fraud has been a growing issue. Thousands of Chinese nationals apply for asylum every year, often citing political or religious persecution, but many of these applications are denied after being flagged as fabricated or lacking credible evidence. When asylum claims fail, applicants are placed directly into deportation proceedings, further boosting China's numbers. Combined with visa overstays, illegal employment, and political scrutiny, these factors make China the #1 Asian country with the highest deportations in 2025, a stark reminder that even one of the world's biggest immigrant groups is not immune to strict U.S. immigration enforcement. In the end, these 5 Asian countries remind us of one harsh reality. No matter how big the immigrant community is, or how strong the ties may be, the U.S. immigration system always draws a clear line. Overstays, fake documents, illegal work, and rejected asylum claims all come with the same result: deportation. For many, America is the land of opportunity. But for those who take the risk without following the rules, that dream can quickly turn into a nightmare. The numbers don't lie. Deportations are rising, and the consequences are getting heavier. So, what do you think? Will these countries continue to lead the list in the coming years, or will new ones take their place? One thing is certain: the fight for legal status in the U.S. has never been tougher. And for immigrants, the choice has never been clearer: follow the law, or face the risk of being sent home.